Hi, I'm Jessie Duisberg, and I want to take a minute to talk to you about what an Immanuel prayer session is like and what you can expect when you come to a session. So, Immanuel prayer is based on the fact that each person is able to connect directly with God and experience God's presence and God's voice and God's guidance, and that is something that God wants for all of us. But because this is a broken world, a lot of us have blockages that keep us from hearing God's voice. So an Immanuel prayer minister is trained to help you enter God's presence, experience God's presence, and then deal with any blockages that come up along the way. The point is for you to get connected with the Lord and for you to be able to stay connected with God and experience His presence with you. As the title Immanuel prayer indicates, that the word Immanuel is a name for Jesus that means God with us. Jesus said in the scriptures, "I will never leave you, I will never forsake you." And He said, "I will be with you always, even to the end of the age." So those are promises from Jesus that even when we're not aware of Him, He is with us in presence by His Spirit, and that we can become more and more aware of that presence. So when you come to an Immanuel prayer session, the first thing a person who's guiding you will likely do, what I would do if I'm a prayer minister, is to help you calm down and quiet yourself and get centered into the physical place where you are. And then once you feel calm and quieted, we'll ask the Lord to bring to mind a time when you felt connected in some way. Maybe you felt connected to Him, but the Lord doesn't have to be part of the memory. It could be any memory that you're grateful for. A time when you felt joy, a time when you felt peace or contentment, a time when you felt really alive or excited about something, something that felt rewarding or satisfying. Any of those memories might come to mind, and it could be as simple as a walk on the beach. It could be a beautiful time with a family member or a friend. It could be something exciting, like maybe an activity you participated in that really gave you a lot of joy. The Lord might bring anything to mind. And then once that comes to mind, I'll help you enter more fully into that memory, to sit with that again, to experience again what that felt like in your body, in your emotions, what thoughts were going through your mind. If there were sensations that went with it, sights or smells or sounds. And as you re-enter that memory with your whole self, then also at that time we'll invite the Lord to help you be aware of His presence. We trust that He was there, and it's amazing what pops into people's minds when they just ask the Lord, "Help me be aware of your presence." Sometimes they actually have a visual image inside the memory of Jesus meeting with them in some way, or stepping into the scene, or showing them a visual image of His presence. Sometimes people have just an internal shift where their emotions change. Sometimes a new scene comes, or a new thought. Sometimes there's a physical sensation that shifts, like shoulders will loosen up, or the forehead will unwrinkle, or there's just a sense of peace. Some people have a sense of light. There are all different ways that might show up, and my job as a guide is to help you notice those things and bring them into your awareness so that you can grow in your ability to discern God's presence and how the Lord may be meeting you in that moment. And then I'll guide you through the next step of the process. Sometimes what the Lord wants to do is just help you grow your ability to be aware of His presence. And the whole session may just be about that. He may take you through other good memories, show you where He was. Sometimes the Lord may want to speak to you in that memory. Maybe you weren't aware of Him, and as He shows you His presence, there's something that comes with that presence of His care, His gentleness, His tenderness. And it may bring life, it may bring discernment, it may bring healing, it may just bring a joy and appreciation, or maybe a deeper sense of connection with God. The third thing that might happen is that the Lord might bring up a particular memory, another time when something was difficult or when you weren't aware of God's presence. And we'll do the same thing. We'll ask the Lord to help you be aware of His presence in that. And as He does, there's often healing that happens. There's sometimes truth that comes into places where there were lies, or healing that comes to wounds. Sometimes it's just gentle. Sometimes it's a little bit more dramatic and very profound. And in the middle of all that, the whole goal is to stay connected with the Lord. So if you lose your sense of connection with God at any point, you just say that, "Uh-oh, I lost it. I'm feeling like I got disconnected somehow." And then my job as a facilitator is to help you get reconnected. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love it, and I think you'll be blessed by your time receiving Immanuel prayer. But if you're going to receive soon, feel free to ask any questions you have of me or whoever your facilitator may be.